So I restarted the stream, and we're live again now. All right, cool. Welcome to, I believe this would be week 2 of our gesture drawing class. Here's some warm-ups I was doing before class. What we're going to be going over today, I wanted to do hand drawing today, but I'm going to save that for a future session when I can give it the proper attention it deserves. But we're using a new format this time, and the new format lets me draw horizontally. And here I'm going to have to make some adjustments to how the reference image is displayed here a little bit. It should work okay. But yeah, let me just adjust that too. There we go. So these sessions are 3 hours. We meet. You can see the schedule list below. It's strongly recommend that you stick around for the full 3 hours to get the full experience. We do 25-minute blocks of gesture drawing. I'm actually going to have a start drawing right away. You can watch what I'm doing as we draw along together, and I'll try to walk through what I'm doing a little bit. Newcomers should maybe hold off on drawing so I can give them something to use, and they might want to just watch what I do and take notes when I get started on the first 25-minute session. But I want the more experienced people here to just jump right into drawing and try to stick around for the full 3 hours you can. It's really important that you do, because the optimal way to learn is in 3-hour chunks, where you spend your first hour warming up. Your second hour, you're just kind of like getting into the groove a bit, and the third hour is where you will do the real learning. Like that's where like you've kind of gotten a grip on things, and that's where like your scientifically your brain is primed to absorb the information and absorb maybe not like tons of stuff, but the third hour is usually where like the epiphanies start happening for people. And you start, even if you're not absorbing a huge amount of information, there's a few bits and pieces that become ingrained habits for you in the future, that when you go to bed tonight will get encoded into your brain for the night. And of course you're welcome to, like, when you get done with this session, keep drawing and practicing. And I would suggest, I'm going to give people some homework assignment type stuff to use as context to continue what they've done here. In fact, people who can't stick around for the full 3 hours, you can either watch the replay through my Twitch on the video section, or you can go to my YouTube, which there's a link below in the channel description to my YouTube, where I upload videos regularly of these classes. They usually go up about the day after, unless that there's like some kind of weird copyright thing that I need to remove for whatever reason. That usually takes a little longer, but mostly they've been uploaded like the day after or the evening after. And of course you can just watch the Twitch replay directly from the video section on my Twitch channel. So anyway, I'll just do a quick plug for myself. You can see down below I've got my Patreon links now, and I've got my coffee donation link. If you want to support the stream, you can send me bits. You can subscribe to me on Patreon. I'm putting like image files of my I'm putting free and different tiers of availability on my Patreon for my class demos, and I'm going to be putting production work from the animation stuff I do up there in the future as well. So if you want to support the stream, and if you like what I'm doing, you want to make sure these classes keep going, and I can increase the quality of the classes and get more tools to use as study fodder. Like I'm planning on getting some artist model stuff, like anatomical models and stuff to photograph and video for some of our sessions in the future. If you want to help me save up for that stuff and other equipment and gear I need in order to make these streams better, feel free to donate or subscribe to me on Patreon, or send me Twitch Prime sub or whatever. But in any case, we're going to get started very shortly on our first 25-minute block. So I will set the timer. Okay, Google, set timer for 25 minutes. And we're just going to jump.
25 minutes, and that's starting now.
Oops, hang on. So we may actually, I may rewind the timer real quick. I'm going to actually start us on 2-minute images, and I'm going to just jump us right into figure photo references. So I'll do this first for 2-minute. Some of these are ones that we've done before, but it's okay. There's a lot of them to go through. So I'm going to switch it to reference focus. Okay, Google end timer. Okay, Google end timer.
Okay, consider it canceled.
Okay, Google set timer for 20 minutes.
20 minutes, and we're starting now.
Alright, so we'll just get warmed up on these gesture drawings. I'll kind of talk through what I'm doing. I'll get warmed up on these gesture drawings. I'll kind of talk through what I'm doing right now. Just go for it, like for right now. Like, if you're just getting warmed up, just loosen up your hand, do some scribbles on the page. Like, it doesn't have to be anything fancy that you're going to be drawing here. You can just follow the simple line of action of these poses. These are 2 minutes. We're going to be doing 20 minutes of these, so it's going to be 10 photos total that we're going to be drawing from. I'm going just straight for the line of action right now. So the figures become almost kind of Japanese cuneiform sort of things. I'm trying to find like the expressive feel that's underlying the poses here. I'm trying to like tap into a little bit of what's making this picture look so dynamic. Just a little bit. I may have drawn a little large, though. I'm going to shrink that down so I can fill more of these on the page. I believe I have a couple new Patreon subscribers I'm going to give a shout out to during the break from what I saw earlier. Let me know if the music is a little bit too loud or if it needs to be adjusted or whatever. So for this, just keep it simple. Just do the basic line of action for these, and maybe add on a few other details. It is 2 figures for this pose. So don't worry about getting a huge amount of detail, or maybe just concentrate on one figure. So let me know if there's any problems with the stream, or if there's problems with the stream audio, like if the music is too loud, or if you think the music should be turned off. So I made the left figure a little large, didn't I? Let's fix that. That's weird. I may have to restart the stream after this, because I think I'm getting a weird error with this. But we'll do this session. Let me know, is there any problem that anyone's having seeing the stream right now? So I'm getting a weird error on my end. Yeah. For me, for some reason, it's not registering the number of people who are watching right now, and the video is choppy. Anyone else noticing that though? Like the stream, the stream says I'm only getting one viewer right now. The stream looks fine now though. It was getting really choppy for a bit, and I had to refresh the browser. Let me just try that again real quick. Yeah, that's really weird. So I don't know if that'll affect my analytics. It's annoying, you know? It's 69, 70 viewers. That's cool. Awesome. Yeah. Well, anyway, let's not worry about that. Like, we're here to draw. Not worry about stream counts. I may restart the stream, although that will kind of break up the upload that I do, the auto upload I do later. I may restart the stream just to see if it fixes that problem. So, I'm going to talk through a little bit what I'm trying to do right now, so that I can get the people, so I can tell people a little bit about how they should be approaching their figure drawing this evening. If you're trying to approach your figure drawing in a certain way and you're fairly experienced, you should go with whatever method that you're using, that you're trying to learn right now. But here's the main methods that you should use tonight if you're a newcomer. One is the cuneiform method. And the cuneiform method is, we'll see if we can do one on this guy. The cuneiform method is just breaking things up into very, very simple shapes. Like that. You can do them very quickly. And you just add more stuff to them. You might like go back in and add other things to them. There's the cuneiform. There's the Loomis skeleton method, which is based on the work of Andrew Loomis. So you start with kind of like a head like this, usually a Loomis head, but you can start with just like a circular head with a line across it. Get like a little C curve for the neck. And then the way you handle the body is you have these two discs right here, kind of like for the pelvis. And you do have like kind of an egg shape for the rib cage that you cut up into like that. But then you also include these kind of cape-like sweeps over where the shoulders would be. And the arms can be handled very gestural with like an indication of where the elbow joint is in it. And you just put like kind of an indication, like a triangle wedge or something for the feet. You can get more elaborate with these, but we'll take a peek maybe at some of the Andrew Loomis skeletons later. And anyone who did my last week's figure drawing class on Friday should be familiar with this guy, and I encourage you to use him. The other method is bendy blocks. And we'll do that on this next guy. So bendy blocks, this might not be a good pose to do this on, but bendy blocks is where you often don't necessarily do like the line of action straight away. You build it directly into bendy blocks. Blocks that have curves to them, kind of like this. So that's like cube forms for the main parts of the body, like the torso and the hips and stuff, that you have bendy curves on them. It's saying the regular count of viewers right now for me now, so I don't need to restart the stream, thank goodness. His head's a little bit more cockeyed than that, but I want to kind of rush through showing this off. Bendy blocks is another method, and then there's the tornado. See if we have enough time. The tornado is you can start with a line of action if you want, kind of like this, or you can just go straight for it. But the tornado, you kind of do like concentric circles without really taking your pencil off the paper. So like this, that are kind of like these curvy tubes that change direction in space. So like you might, this is when it's facing parallel to us, and this is when it's coming towards us, like on an arm or something, like a hand. You can even do like the individual fingers like that. And the point of doing the tornado is to key your brain into seeing stuff in terms of volumes. I don't know if I'll use this guy, actually, that just came up on screen. Let's try another one. Let's find a good pose here. That's a good one. There's another one that I like to call the tornado hybrid. The goal of the tornado is to, part of it is to loosen up your hand and also to train you to see, to warm you up to seeing things in 3D, volumetric space. It's like training you to kind of think of drawing in terms of sculpting. You can use it to solve drawing problems, but it's mainly a way to warm up your brain, kind of. So the tornado hybrid. You often will start with like something that's along the lines of kind of a Loomis skeleton, or you can fill it out as you go, kind of like when you start with the tornado without drawing a line of action first. But I'm starting with a Loomis skeleton as a scaffold for this one. But then you go back through and like you have hard bits like for the ribcage and the pelvis, and soft bits, which are handled by the tornado, like so. You might like add like a cube here for the knee. Let's change the color so I can see it. The point of doing these is like, well, first off, you can work out drawing problems with stuff like this, but it's mainly to get you to see stuff differently than just seeing the contours of something. This is like a way to get you to think of poses in terms of being something you can interpret into like an action figure or a character that you're drawing like for animation or comics or something. There's another method that I'm trying to utilize. Let's see if there's a good pose I can use here that I can really do it on. Probably not a good one here, except maybe one of the guys that's standing down below. I can maybe use that. This one I'm personally drilling myself on, and I might not really do a demo on because I'm trying to learn it myself. But it is a Riley method pose, a Riley method mannequin that that I will cover in more detail in our Friday figure drawing classes in the future. So you're going to see me using this guy a lot during this session. And I think I have something that you can use that doesn't necessarily utilize this, but utilizes something like it, or some of the principles of it, that you might find particularly useful. And that's a really crappy version of it too. Like I kind of need to get warmed up into doing it. But you can jump between these. I would suggest maybe trying to stick with one for at least a session at a time, or maybe for the entire class tonight. Yeah, you got the cuneiform, the Loomis skeleton, the bendy blocks, the tornado hybrid, and then the Riley. The Riley one needs to be explained in more detail before you can really use it. So I may do a number 7. Let's try this one, number 7. I'm calling this Scuffed Riley, but actually in reality this is an approach that animators sometimes use. So I'm just using like a simple shape for the head here, and then for the body I just do a box, a bendy box like that. Don't even necessarily add three-dimensionality to it. But then for the limbs I use 2 parallel lines like that. If it bends, if the limb bends like that, might do something like that, or it changes direction. But I use 2 parallel lines for each of the limbs, like that. That goes for the legs as well. Did I do this on a different layer? Yeah, I did. Okay. But this lets you simplify things, so you can just think of things in terms of posing. And this is really helpful for animators because they don't have to wrestle with like complicated torso stuff or anything. They just use a bendy square, kind of. Well, they might do like a center line on it or something. But then they use like parallel lines for the limbs. Or they use stick figure limbs like this that are a little bit closer to the Loomis skeleton or the cuneiform. You can actually mix and match parts from these together if you want. Like you can do a tornado on one of these if you like, or you can make these into bendy cubes, like the legs here. It's easy to make these limbs into bendy cubes by just adding indications of cubes onto the ends of them, or the midsections of them. And again, the point of doing this stuff is to train you to play with interpreting figures instead of just trying to like copy what you see. Create an action figure basically based out of them. So I'm starting with a cube for the head on this guy. I might do bendy cubes, or I might do something else. I feel like I kind of want to do a tornado on him. I'm going to try this. Keep the underlying tornado light and bring this leg up here like so. I'm just trying to feel my way through the pose. This is just about feeling my way through what he's doing. So you're not trying to get pretty drawings with these, although if you do a lot of quick sketch studies, eventually your drawings will by consequence start looking good. One of the things we're going to be getting into after these warm-ups, by the way, is I want to stress this evening the concept of slowing down to speed up. So we're actually going to be doing some 7-minute, we're going to be doing some 7-minute quick sketches a little bit later. Not straight away. The next set will be 5-minute. But tonight we'll be doing 7. We will also be doing a block. Okay, Google, stop. We'll also be doing a block of 7-minute quick sketches. Okay, Google, set timer for 5 minutes. Okay, Google, set timer for 5 minutes.
5 minutes, starting now.
Let's pause on that. Let's pause on this guy here. Alrighty. So, along with everyone else here, this is also an art workout for me. I'm coming into this a little bit rusty. Ooh, that arm is out of position. Let's maybe do that. But fortunately, this kind of a class is excellent for getting you back in tune. Because you don't have to be too like caught up in detail in these poses. You want to have something, you want to have a plan of attack in mind when you do these. You don't want to do these randomly. Do a little figure invention here to help you warm up a bit more. But you don't have to like get a lot of anxiety about doing these. Like, you're not in this to make good drawings. You're in this to get yourself in gear. Get your hand and eye working, get the information that you're trying to study out on paper, and not all at once. Like, get it in little chunks. Like, take pressure off yourself. Don't beat yourself up. All right, let me check something on OBS real quick. I think OBS is actually synced to alert me when Patreon people subscribe. Oh, cool. Yeah. There's a $1 Patreon sub right there that I got just about 2 hours ago, actually. And then there's a $5 one. Very nice. And then there's 2 more down here, 2 more $1. Thank you very much, everyone who's, if any of my new Patreon subscribers. I've just launched the Patreon this week. Like I said, I'm going to be having class demos and other things. I'm also going to be putting free stuff up there too, so maybe I might put a little bit of that on screen a bit to show that off. I'll give people a taste of what they can see on my Patreon right now. Whoops. Cool, I love it when I bring windows to the edge of the screen. It just like minimizes everything. Where's Clip Studio? Shit. There it is. Alright. So let me see if I can focus on this. Yeah, I can do that. Just close this off. And where'd my Patreon page go? Oh, there it is. Alrighty. So for my Patreon page, this is what the publish page looks like. Let me move that off here so I can bring it on. to patron view real quick. Also, how's my music volume versus my voice right now? Alrighty, here it is. Hopefully this will work now. Alright, so this is my Patreon right now that was just launched like earlier this week. I only got 4 patrons so far for $7 total. That's a nice start. I just got two more patrons in the last like couple hours, which is nice. So I'm trying to use it to raise money for like being able to pay for additional equipment and stuff to improve my art classes and other things. But here's a free post right here that you can view on Patreon right now. On my Patreon right now, even if you're not sub. Okay, Google, stop. And it has like tons of sketchbook stuff and class demos that over like from the last month or so, like 47 images here of like different demos and studies and other things that I've done over like the last few months. And this is available for free. You do not have to be sub to me on Patreon to see this. Like, the point of why I'm teaching these classes is so that I can improve. So you're seeing me, like, these are my exercises that I've been doing to try to improve my skills. There's an awful lot of figure drawing in there. You can even look at these tonight. I would suggest some people look at these for examples of maybe not necessarily copy me because I'm still learning and there's a lot of flaws I'm making, but you can look at these for kind of ideas of what I'm talking about. Like I would also suggest doing stuff like this on your own time, like draw overs of photographs. Like that one I did, and this one, where I drew over the photograph and then I tried to replicate the photograph again. Yeah, that's available for free. I also have my class demos, which you can see in the videos from when I recorded these on my YouTube page. But these you can get the full quality images, and if you subscribe to the $25 tier, for the $5 tier you can get the full quality images, and then for the $25 tier you can get the PSD and Clip Studio files of all this stuff, like my warm-ups, my class demos. This was for last week's figure drawing on Friday, which shows off like some of the Luma Skeletons demo stuff I was doing. Yeah, that's my Patreon. We're going to shift it back to another 25-minute block of figure poses. So I'll bring up the gesture drawing up again real quick, if it's there. Alright, cool. So we're going to be doing 5-minute poses now. And I'm going to actually bring up some other reference that we're going to be using, which will be figure poses from the Russian Figure Academy. So let's see here. Those are my desktop. Okay. Figures. Russian Figure Academy. There we go. Alright, so these will be 5-minute poses. Take your time on them. And, like, if you go a little fast, maybe try going over it again slowly. But, here, let me start with a good one that might be a little less complicated. Like this guy sitting right here will be good. We'll start with this dude. We're going to do 5-minute poses, and then later in this, we might do another block of 5 minutes, and then we'll probably do a block of 7 minutes or 10 minutes. But I want people to slow down. Now that we're starting to get warmed up a bit, like slow down. Use a less is more approach. Try to like think your way through the drawing a little bit more, and that's something that I struggled with, and that's something I'm going to be trying to fight this evening. Okay, Google, set timer for 25 minutes.
25 minutes, starting now.
So we're starting now. It's going to be a 5-minute pose here. So I'm gonna have to like kind of psych myself up to do this a bit, because it's really easy for me to kind of get anxiety and rush in to do a drawing when I know that's a bad habit. So I'm going to try to think through the drawing a little bit better than I normally would. Get the side plane of the head there. This is still a quick sketch and it's only 5 minutes, so I'm not going to get a huge amount of detail in. Just going to get a C-curve for the neck. There's the pit of the neck about there. Then I'll drop a center line down here to about to where his crotch is, somewhere around here, I want to say. I get like that shoulder girdle right here, the little bicycle handlebars that make up the collarbone. Back of his neck. Around there. And then let's see here. Let's maybe get the tops, or an indication of the tops of the shoulders just a little bit. And then I kind of feel like I want to put in the egg of the rib cage right now. So I'm gonna do that. Let's see. Little sternum part right there for where it terminates at the top of the abs. Just get the curvy sides of the underside of the rib cage there. Get the pectorals here connected up to where the shoulders would be. Kind of like that. And then I'm going to use some Riley method rhythms, which I will go over in the future, to kind of come from the, whoops, they're actually supposed to go from here, from the corners of the shoulders there, down to the pit of the crotch. And then I can use a similar rhythm coming from the sides of the neck down to the pelvis. Like so. And to further help me, I'm going to maybe use a cube kind of where the pelvis is a bit. I'm getting a little too sketchy right now. Actually, that's something else I need to work on. I need to make smarter lines. Like, you're going to see me working through trying to correct my bad habits as I observe them on these sessions, because I'm here to learn as much as anyone else here attending this class. Like, this is my drawing mileage being done live with you all. This is what you should be doing on your own. And I actually do some of this on my own too, and I actually need to do more of it on my own that isn't necessarily streamed. I actually usually do something like this when I'm prepping for classes or on my off days too. And so for anyone who wants to continue this, continue what you started here throughout the week, I will have some loose homework assignments that I can give you by the end of this, or during this. And another thing you can do is you can rewatch this, or you can watch like last week's stream, or you can rewatch any of the other streams that I've made. They're all either on my Twitch. They're stored on Twitch for about 14 days before they get deleted. And but then they're also permanently up on YouTube. And they usually go up on YouTube about a day or two after, a day or two after the Twitch stream. Also, another thing about these, when you're slowing down, don't necessarily worry about getting the whole figure. You'll have more time to get the whole figure. Kind of like if I was doing this, would have been a good time for me to have a 7-minute period to do these. And that's why we're going to be doing 7-minute ones later. Like I kind of feel like I'm ready to do the 7-minute poses, so we'll probably do those in the next session. But I want people to really slow down, pay attention to what the model is posed like. If they're still operating in hyperspeed mode with trying to race through the drawing a little bit too quickly, maybe loosen up your hand a bit. Do some, draw some cubes, draw some cylinders and stuff. Get it out of your system. Get some scribbles and curvy lines on the page and stuff. And then come in, and then return to the gesture drawing. So I'm starting to get a little bit more delicate with my approach right now because I'm feeling a little bit more warmed up. What you want to aim for, especially when you built up your confidence, is a really light touch. I feel like I'm starting to get that a little bit more right now. So the lighter touch, you actually get more control, and you can think through what you're doing a little easier. And if you make a mistake, it's easier to fix if you're drawing light instead of scribbling and digging into the paper or the Cintiq or the drawing tablet that you're on. So 3 more minutes on this. And if you notice, I'm using I'm actually explicitly drawing the cubes, but I'm like including like aspects of them in here. That's because I warmed up on those other ones that I've done. So now I'm able to exclude information a little bit more. Like I didn't draw an egg shape for the rib cage because I kind of could think out where it is here. So now I'm just picking and choosing. I've only got like about 2.5 minutes left to study on this, so now I'm kind of picking and choosing little bits of areas to kind of pull something out of. I did make an observation that my head angle is off on this. Like it should be over that way a little bit more. But I'm not going to worry about correcting that for this. But it's good to make notes of your errors on these. Oh, I'm not necessarily making a literal note of your error, but to like observe them so you can avoid them in the future. Like I think this bicep is pretty long and it's not quite against the body right here. I'm gonna maybe try adding maybe kind of a cube shape right here to help me find the pelvis a little bit easier. And then I'm gonna add the legs. So it's gonna be a sweeping cylinder shape for both of them. Someone asked earlier if we're going to go over proportions today. Not really. Quick Sketch is not about proportions, although I can probably touch on some of them a bit. But proportions would be more for my Friday class. You want to have a sense of what like general proportions are, so you're not getting like wildly out there. But Quick Sketch, you aren't as concerned with getting accurate proportions on. Especially if you're new, like you should be maybe like trying to do a tornado on this whole thing or something, or like really kind of find the line of action on this stuff. But you're going to see me go between different approaches to drawing these as I feel more warmed up. Like I might get super loose by the end of the evening here. We'll see where it goes. This is a workout. Like that's the other thing about this. This is a workout. Like I want you engaging your hand and your eye doing these. This is a workout for your nerve. Oh, this is a head. We're not going to do a head. This is a workout for your hand and eye. And you need to get your hand and your eye in tune through repetitive observation and through exercising your hand and your eye movement. Actually, it's more like your arm than your hand, but in order to get the manual dexterity that you need to draw well, you need to be doing this kind of stuff regularly. So it's not just about absorbing the information, it's also about exercising the muscles in your arm that you use to draw, and your brain's ability to make those physical connections, to feel out the shapes and sculpt with them and execute on what you're doing. Like, the drawing doesn't happen on your head, the drawing happens through your arm down to the page. So it's like, drawing is a physical act, even if you're doing it digitally. So it is something that needs to be practiced regularly and kept in tune. And that's what this class is for. So it's to give people here some middle of the week gesture drawing mileage, doing quicker poses, although we're going to be doing a little bit longer poses than we would normally today. Quicker poses throughout the week that give you a little something to dig into. So let's make sure I don't go completely on autopilot right now. I'm making some notes of the landmarks of the anatomy of the body here. The sternum, the corners of the rib cage, the corners of the pelvis here, pit of the crotch. I'm sort of combining bits of knowledge that I know from other like figure drawing study stuff I've done. A lot of these sessions of quick pose drawing should be a time for you to do inventories of your knowledge a little bit. My goal eventually with these is to get a much higher degree of consistency with my approach. I'm kind of like having to retrain my muscle memory because I've not been in a formal figure drawing class for years. So I'm kind of drawing on what I know from past experiences. I made that thigh pretty large. Talk about proportions. I made a big proportional error there. Generally speaking, a good ballpark estimate is from the top of the head to the pit of the crotch is like about half the body size, and the other half is from the pit of the crotch to the bottom of the feet. This is like a good, reasonable ballpark estimate. Alright, so let's see if we can get some more music back on real quick. Let me know if the music volume gets too loud at any point, or if it gets too distracting. I'll turn it off or turn it down. Or if it overpowers my voice or something. Oh, yeah, I'm getting the one viewer error again on the viewer count. What's the viewer count say for everyone else right now, by the way? 69. Nice. Let's get some nices in the chat. Or not, because you should be drawing right now, not typing in chat. Nice. Anyway, like I said, I would encourage people to, if you're able to, stick around for the whole 3-hour session. Because it's really imperative that you get a good 3-hour in for a figure drawing session. Again though, if you're like in a Euro time zone and it's like really late for you, maybe don't. And just maybe rewatch it later. I would strongly encourage people to watch on my YouTube too, because the more viewers and subs I get there, the sooner I'll be able to monetize my YouTube videos. I'm not expecting much of any revenue from that. It would just be nice to have that be a thing. That's the other thing, like I am trying to like grow a Twitch audience and get a Patreon going and get donations going and stuff, but no, that's not the real reason why I'm doing this, and that's not like the primary reason why I'm doing this. Like I can't get the cart ahead of the horse on why I'm doing this. The reason why I'm doing this is like, this is my self-driven art school, basically. Like you're learning along with me the stuff that I'm studying and the mileage that I'm trying to put in. Because I want to get better. I suck. And I want to get better. So like, as much as I want to like improve my Twitch channel, and like I am going to improve my Patreon, of course. What matters most is me getting my art skill up. And so I'm going to be deferring in that direction with the decisions I make of what I need to focus on prioritizing. My personal goal is I want to like make really fucking rad animation and stuff, utilizing the much better quality drawing ability that I'll have from the mileage I put into this stuff. Well, I'm glad you feel that way about my lessons. Yeah, Brabel in Twitch chat. I'm glad that I'm a help to a lot of people. It's kind of mind-blowing how a lot of people who are in here drawing along and with your, this is like they're a lot of people's first exposure to anything like a formal figure drawing class. I can point people in the directions of formal classes that are taught by formal paid classes that you can get online now, that are taught by really good instructors, like the kinds of people who, if I had money, hell, if I get enough donations from people, I'm gonna sure as hell enroll in some of those classes myself. I can point people in the direction of a lot of really good like figure drawing schools and online animation schools and stuff, like the stuff that I've been scouting out to try to find more about. There's actually like a few people from our Discord that are enrolling in some of them. There's a couple people from our Discord that actually teach at some of them too. Like Toniko Pantoja of Concept Design Academy. He teaches animation classes at Concept Design at CDA. And he's a regular in our Discord. I'm trying to get him to he might be doing some kind of an animation class in the future through our Discord. My animation class is currently on hiatus because I don't feel confident at this present time teaching animation. I am an animator professionally from the television animation industry. But I'm not really confident in my animation ability because I kind of stagnated over the years because I mainly worked on like puppet-based shows. So I haven't had much opportunity to do this. And that's why I'm doing this, because I want to do more cool hand-drawn animation stuff. So my line quality is going to be shaky. I'm going to be lacking in confidence. I'm going to be really stiff. Stuff isn't going to really quite fit together as I'm learning this stuff along with the rest of you. But I have, like, since I started doing this through the Discord and like running these classes about a couple months ago, like I've seen a marked improvement in my work. And now I'm just going to strategize about how I can improve further and how I can push in the direction of improvement that I want to go in, because like my goal is to make lots of animation. Right now I'm not really doing very much animation. I'm mainly doing this, which is okay. Maybe I kind of need that for a while, but I do feel strongly that I need to find some way to get animation in. Maybe I'll find a way to combine figure drawing with the animation I'm doing. I'll see. Like, I'm going to be working tomorrow, kind of experimenting with how I do personal work and animation work on my non-teaching days. And what I kind of discover through self-discovery and through getting feedback from other professional animators about how I should structure my classes will go into how I teach animation in the future. Until further notice, our Saturday animation class is going to be on hiatus. However, I may schedule a bonus gesture drawing class on Saturday, or an animal drawing workshop on this Saturday, because I think doing something on that day would be a great idea. So stay tuned for that, and you can join our Discord if you're not already a member of the Discord, and check the class schedule and get student announcements if you join the student role on our Discord. Yeah, I'm reading chat right now. I'm just not responding directly back to it at the moment, but I do see your messages. I have a little bit of a better setup right now, so I can actually read chat in real time while I'm drawing. Another method you can use, by the way, that I didn't show early on, is the continuous line exercise. The continuous line exercise, let's maybe do it in the last 2 minutes, where you kind of like, it's sort of like the tornado, but where you kind of feel out the interior of the pose without lifting your pencil, kind of like what I'm doing here. You're trying to mass in the shapes and stuff. You're treating the line as if it's like, pretend the line has like mass to it, like it's a wire that you're kind of bending around and stuff. And you don't have, it doesn't have to be perfect. You're feeling it out. You're like, your thinking is on the page when you don't lift your pencil off the paper. Like that. This is an excellent exercise for beginners, and also just really anyone of any skill level, to be honest, because it's a great way to kind of key you into thinking, connecting the shapes together. I'm just going to add a cube there. Or connecting the or like key you into seeing the interior of the drawing instead of drawing the outside of the exterior. Like, you want to avoid like just copying what you're seeing from the exterior of it, and you want to understand the interior workings of it, the line of action, the dimensionality and structure, like where it terminates in three-dimensional space on different planes. The gravity working against it, the mood of the model, stuff like that is stuff you can key into doing something like this continuous line exercise. Okay, Google, stop. So I'm still getting the one the one person bug. So how many viewers, how many people do people see and viewers in chat right now? All right, so some problems I'm seeing is I made that thigh too long. That thigh has also got some issues too. I drew too much of the I was talking about drawing more of the interior because some of this one I was drawing too much of the exterior. This one turned out okay, but I think the calves and the legs are looking a little small and stubby. I think the buttocks is a little long on the body too. Yeah, just a review for people. Okay, Google, how much time left on timer? I don't think I set one.
It looks like you don't have any timers set at the moment.
Of course. Okay, Google, set timer for 4 minutes.
4 minutes, and that's starting now.
Alright, so these were the methods that I showed you to try out tonight. Although you're welcome to try other methods if you know of them. Then other than what's listed here. Let me switch actually the focus here. So you have the cuneiform, the Loomis sketch, the bendy blocks, the tornado hybrid, and the Riley. And then there's also the scuffed Riley or box body, which is this guy. So I think we're going to do another set of 5s for the next one. I'm going to get up and stretch for a little bit because otherwise I'm going to get sore sitting in this chair. So do that, maybe hit the restroom real quick. Yeah, I hope it doesn't mess with the stream analytics, Ozzy. Anyway, yeah, if you like the stream, feel free to shoot me a sub or a Twitch Prime sub or bits. Or, hang on one sec. Or, okay, Google, stop. Okay, Google, set timer for 25 minutes. Or check my Patreon and donate and Ko-fi donation links down below. Oh, thank you very much, Nintendo, for the Twitch Prime sub. That's sick. Let's get rid of something. All right. Change it to reference focus, and we'll start a new session. So these will be for. Let's maybe keep on these. These are pretty good. So we'll do another session with 5-minute poses. Okay, Google, set timer for 25 minutes.
25 minutes, and that's starting now.
After we're done with this one, we will be halfway through our session this evening. So let's see, how can I get some consistency this evening? So I'm sort of all over the place in how I approach these. There we go. Just get a little line of action to start. There's a very nice tilt to his hips. Maybe I should include that a little bit like that. Just a little bit of that line right there for the top of the shoulders from the back. So right now I'm kind of like, I'm not really going for perfection for the model because I'm kind of doing an inventory of an approach to figure drawing that I might want to use for the rest of the session this evening. And this one is a little bit more difficult. So it's going to take me a lot of false starts to get it right. We are at the start of hour 2 right now. This is the hour where you should be getting a little bit more in gear, like a little bit more focused on what you're trying to learn. Still struggling with the materials, but kind of dial it in to what you're trying to practice this evening. This is sort of what I'm doing right now. I'm trying to do an inventory of how I'm going to approach drawing these figures for the rest of the session right now. And at the same time, I'm also trying to keep the overriding idea of slowing down and paying more attention. And it's maybe going to take me some false starts before I finally warm up to that. I might not get in gear for that until the very end of this session tonight. That's okay. Sometimes it's like that. That's also why we do these for 3 hours. So you can really meditate and try again if you're not quite feeling it there, and sit down again for another 25 minutes and you just try again. And so on and so on. Until it starts to sink in. Would people here be comfortable with 7-minute poses, or do you think that that might be a bit too much for you right now? I'm just curious how comfortable people would be with that for this session. I'd be fine with it. I'd be interested in 7 minutes. Yeah, let's give it a shot. Maybe for the next one. We might even push it to 10 minutes. Something like a 5 and then 2 10 minutes or something like that. These are 5s. Yeah, I'm still learning the ins and outs of how you get payouts from Twitch. Apparently you need to accumulate about $100 of revenue in a pay period before it'll give a payout for you. This is a real pain in the ass. I don't know how much I'm at right now, but not near to 500, not near to 100 though. I can tell you that. All right, so on this page we actually have a skeleton here. You can consider drawing the skeleton or the anatomical figure. Since I'm getting a little bit more warmed up, I'm going to try to, on this approach that I'm going to be trying to use, I'm going to try it out for a little bit. So get that, get the head established. We get a little bit of the hair in. I'm not going to worry about any features. Although I might add just a little kind of a sunglasses shape for the eyes. Add a C-curve for the neck. And then get the shoulder girdle right here, the corners on either side. Now we get a center line down to the pit of the crotch. Out there. Starting with the head always standard? Not always, but for newcomers I would say for consistency's sake it's a good idea to start with the head because you use that as a measuring device for the rest of the body. So even if this is quick sketch, you kind of want to keep the proportions somewhat in the ballpark. It's okay to make mistakes. I mean, it's okay to make mistakes anytime, but in quick sketch, it's especially okay to make mistakes because you're supposed to be failing in hyperspeed. In quick sketch. Try something, it doesn't work. Okay, we'll try this instead. Okay, well that didn't work. Let's try this. What did I mess up here? And you do those quickly. They're like miniaturized versions of long pose. The information that usually goes into a long pose drawing. And speaking of long poses, we're going to be doing some more of those in the future on the Friday class. Friday is going to be doing fairly quick poses as we get used to the mannequin models we're kind of learning. I think this next week will be block form mannequins. a couple steps I skipped here. Dang. Yeah, the procedure that I'm trying to use right now, which is a Riley method approach, I'm kind of getting distracted from talking a little bit too much. I might want to shut up for just a bit to kind of concentrate on it for a bit. So the best thing about the Russian Figure Academy, well, there's a lot of best things about it, but in terms of being able to stream these live, like, they're fantastic figure models, but they also, like, with some exceptions, most of them tend to not be nude. So that means I can use them as study fodder for Twitch without worrying about getting stricken for nudity. That is one inherent issue with streaming art classes to Twitch, by the way. Yeah, stream schedule should be visible down below in my channel section. And it's also in the classroom schedule section on the Discord. Discord join link is down below. Oh, that's a head. Not gonna do a head. Yeah, my legs are kind of... I'm getting the proportion of the calves and the thighs and positions and stuff all messed up right now. That's looking really wonky, really freaking wonky. Yeah, you get to see me make mistakes here. I'm not perfect. Not by a long shot. I mean, these are the people that I'm, like, masters like this are people that I want to learn from. And of course, the eventual plan for myself will be to enroll in some formal figure classes, so... And when I do that, I'll be regurgitating the information I'm learning and absorbing from those classes. Not like, you know... I'll be doing it, of course, with the consent of the instructors, whatever I do talk about or go over. And give the instructors a plug. Whatever classes I do take in the future. Yeah, if anyone's curious during the next break, please remind me. I will post some links to online art schools I strongly recommend. They're the ones that I would be enrolling in if I had the budget for it right now. And if you support the stream, eventually I will have the budget for it. Maybe I could do a donation drive just to enroll in one class or something. Let's do an art marathon where I just like draw a marathon of figure drawing or something to raise money. I was thinking of doing that for raising the rest of the money I need for the John Asaro head, which is a sculpted head that we'd be using a physical version of. We currently use a 3D model version of it and photographs of it. But I'd be able to get a physical version of it to practice from myself to understand it better so I can teach from it better. And I'd be able to set up either a webcam setup or take tons of photographs of different angles and lighting for our classes to use for when we do teaching from that thing. If I get that thing, I'm going to be using it pretty extensively, though. That thing is worth, like, meditating on for, like, a month, or, like, 3 months, even. For those who want to know what the John Asaro head is, by the way, I'll show it during the break, too, but you can go to planesofthehead.com, and it's a wonderful. John Asaro Head is a wonderful drawing tool that was created in the 1970s by painter John Asaro, and it's a planar simplification of the head, and it's kind of an art whole meal in that like one side of the face is more simple, and the other side is more complex. One side is more kind of feminine or young looking. The other side is more masculine or older looking. So like practicing from it extensively will help you kind of develop a roadmap sense of human faces. Okay, Google, how much time left on timer?
T-minus 10 minutes and 29 seconds.
Nice. So we got 2 more poses then for this little 25-minute block before our 5-minute break. It looks like everyone's ready to do 7-minute ones. So maybe we could do those after this. You guys can see my stream schedule down below, right? In the the stuff that's like below my stream in the browser window, right? But stream schedule is Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday also. Monday, Wednesday, Friday is 5:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. Pacific time. Head drawing Monday. Gesture drawing, which is what we're doing today, Wednesday. Figure drawing on figure drawing and anatomy Friday. And Saturday was animation, but it's on hiatus currently, so I might replace it with something else temporarily. It'll probably be some kind of a workshop class where we'll get more drawing mileage, just like this. It might be another block of gesture drawing for Saturday. I think I might do something a little bit more fun for that though. Like I'll, in addition to drawing from like photos and stuff like this, I probably might like do an artist focused thing. Like we might like be drawing from really cool poses from really well drawn comic and manga and anime art or something, like stuff that has really good anatomical integrity to it, or like really good illustration, or use the time to maybe focus on a particular artist or a particular type of artist, like stuff that we want to. I think I would maybe for this weekend, from what I'm kind of brainstorming at the moment, kind of thinking about this a little bit more, I think I might want to do something like we try practicing studying the kinds of things that we would want to kind of learn from and draw. And learn how to draw or whatever. Like, could be Disney characters, could be characters from Spider-Verse, could be Rise of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles stuff, could be Devilman Crybaby stuff. I'm thinking something along those lines, because like that might be a bridging point for like absorbing character design and character models for the kind of stuff that I want, for the kind of stuff for the kind of animation I eventually want to do. So I'm thinking that might be a good thing, like to do. Like Saturday can maybe be a figure drawing from animation comics or something class, or art masters, like artist and animation master studies day or something. So for this one, you're just doing a vignette right now. You can even choose to do vignettes in your quick sketches. Even for ones where the full figure is displayed, like if you choose a particular area to work on. For example, today, like I was thinking of doing hands, but I didn't have enough time to prepare for doing that today. But if I did, we'd probably do something like we'd have a mixture of close-ups of hands and figures with prominently displayed hands. And for the figures with prominently displayed hands, you could vignette just the hand from the picture, or it's part of the arm, or maybe the head or the face or something. But you can pick and choose and strategize what you want to focus on. Like, if you're trying to learn legs for your quick sketch, maybe just do pelvises and legs for the whole session. In this case, like, look at how much thought I was able to get into in this, like, 5 minutes on this particular quick sketch, just because it was focused on the torso. It still has my kind of I'm doing a lot of chicken scratchy stuff. That's a habit I'm gonna have to figure out how to break in the future. Maybe I got to do a lot of line drills to kind of get around that. But this has a lot more thought into it than it would be if I had legs. But I can maybe even add some legs here. It doesn't have to be anything complex. I can kind of guesstimate about how the thighs would go. Something like this. Maybe like... maybe one knee's bent forward like that. Okay, Google, how much time left on timer? Okay, Google, how much time left on timer?
T-minus 4 minutes and 10 seconds.
Nice. This would be our last pose for this. Okay, Google, add 1 minute to timer.
Done. 1 minute added to your 25-minute timer. You've got 5 minutes and 1 second to go.
Okay, Google, how much time left on timer?
You've got 4 minutes and 42 seconds remaining.
Cool. Let's put a little bit more thought into this head. So I'm kind of figuring out that I have way more time to get the head right if I want some sort of emphasizing that a little more. Of course, I got the tilt wrong. The head is actually tilted this way. I'll just use this one. Alright, let me see if I can maybe try to execute a little bit more on the approach that I'm trying to memorize for my quick sketch. The Riley method approach. So the Riley method, like I said, that's a method that we're going to be going over on the Friday class in the future. And after I start getting it more in tune, I'll be able to demonstrate it more consistently here. But it is a tougher one to get into. Saturdays are dad time. Or the Spacedad, yeah. So I think the error that I was getting at just correctly displaying the users who are viewing the stream. I think I've gotten over it now. It says 60 viewers for me now. What does it say for everyone else? And 60 viewers is an impressive number for this stage right now. Yeah, very nice. All right, if you're an artist and you want, you know other artists that, or you're an art student or whatever, and you want to maybe help me out, you can get more of your buddies to show up here and participate in our streams in the future. So definitely spread the word about this. Spread the word about our Discord too, because we have a lot of other people who teach classes there. Today there was a lecture on personal work from I think Millie. No, not Millie. Dang, I'm having a brain fart for their name, but one of our instructors had a really good course on how to start your personal work, how to start and plan for your personal work projects, which I think might be on a replay. A recorded replay, like through their Twitch or something. But there's a schedule in our and we get regular update announcements about classes and workshops that get scheduled in our Discord. It's more than just me that teaches. There's a few other people that teach like concept art. There's an animation instructor from the Gobelin School in France who sometimes teaches in the mornings whenever she's able to have time. She's a feature film animator who's really, really awesomely skilled. Her name's Nils, and you'll see her hanging in the Discord. That'd be morning specific time for me when she's usually able to teach whenever she does classes, but I usually try to make those whenever I can. She's actually one of the people I'm going to be consulting for how I structure my animation classes in the future. Oops, that is a head. I actually need to maybe move those out of that folder in the future. It's a tricky pose. We may want to skip this one. Wait, no. Actually, no. We don't need to. Okay, Google, stop. Alright, so, okay Google, set timer 5 minutes.
5 minutes, starting now.
So, we're at the halfway point right now, I believe. How do you all feel right now? We're halfway through the second hour and halfway through the entire class. Are you starting to feel what I was? If you are feeling comfortable with a little bit more comfortable with drawing, but still kind of struggling a bit, are you kind of feeling what I was talking about? Like, for the first hour, you're kind of, oof, I feel rough. Second hour, I'm starting to get a little bit more in the groove, but I still feel a little rough. Yeah. I mean, it always varies depending on like your physiology and if you're out of tune that day. Like if you're practicing throughout the week, then usually you're gonna have a better time warming up. That's why I strongly encourage people to, even outside of this class here, try to get lots of practice on your own end with your own time poses and other things. Studying figure drawing manuals and figure drawing tutorials, or using the materials if you're enrolled in a figure drawing class or whatever. Yeah, like, I think the Saturday class, making it a studying other art, like art, animation and comic art in particular, but like the kind of stuff that I want to draw, that I want to learn how to draw, I will mainly showcase in those. It might be like we might get classical master artists someday, or we might get modern animation, modern or classic animation that we draw from. I'll be putting up stuff like model sheets of characters and stills from animation, rough animation, gesture drawing often by the animators or in a style similar to the approach that the animators used on a particular production or something. Yeah, I kind of like that too, Tara. Keeping the Saturdays open for everything, for whatever's nice. And I think it might be actually better if I do a animation class during the weekdays instead of Saturday. Like if in a Saturday I have less time to prepare for it, and Saturday can be kind of a discovery day, I think, where we do some really fun, interesting stuff. But I think making it about like learning those like studying from those like master artists and stuff would be a good starting point. I definitely want to try that out this next Saturday. I've actually run a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure session before, and I still have the folders for it somewhere, so I can do that again in the future too. That might be really fun. I always wonder how you study master artists. Well, there's a lot of ways to study them. There's an entire practice known as master copies, where you try to basically reverse engineer and replicate the work as the master made it to the best of your ability. There's of course you can just like loosely sketch and study. Like we've done Frank Frazetta and Marvel superhero characters and Hirohiko Araki's better JoJo art in here before for fun figure and inspirational sections. A big problem I noticed I'm running into lately is I'm stuck in kind of like I'm spending a lot of time drawing like someone who's learning from how to draw books. And I'm not drawing full figures and full finished characters and stuff. I think kind of pushing things in that direction using this maybe the Saturday class might be a good idea. Okay, Google, stop. And of course, eventually we'll be doing like fully finished figure drawing and stuff in our Friday classes, and portrait stuff in the head drawing classes. For now, we're kind of going over the fundamentals a bunch as we work our way up to that. So those were some quick invented poses to kind of loosen myself up a little bit. Okay, Google, set timer for 25 minutes. Actually, no.
Sure, 25 minutes. And that's starting now.
So I'm wondering if we should keep going with fives. Let's do one more session of fives, and then we'll try a session of sevens. So, how many more of these do we have? We have a good number of them, so. Let's do that guy. Okay, Google, add 1 minute to timer.
Done. 1 minute added to your 25-minute timer. You've got 25 minutes and 20 seconds left.
One thing about drawing from Araki's work, though, like, especially the early stuff, you're probably not going to want to go to it for realistic anatomy, to say the least. There is stuff you can get out of it, but you kind of want to be aware of that. Like, there's a lot of like really kind of breaking the rules of anatomy. Well, also he wasn't as good with understanding anatomy early on as he got later, and he got better because he studied a lot of classical painters, like classical painters and sculptors, like Renaissance artists. Like, you can see that reflected, like after he took his European trips. That had a huge influence on how he shaped JoJo. Here, Araki's travels around the world are like the biggest source of inspiration that's in JoJo. Nope, nope, I'm not going to do the lazy thing. I'm going to erase the head instead of trying to move it over. Because on traditional drawing, you don't normally get the opportunity to, like, use a lasso tool to drag something over that might be off. You gotta erase it and redraw it. That's also where you gotta draw light. But yeah, one of the things I want to definitely do in the future, if I eventually get the resources for it, is get a webcam set up, so I can do traditional drawing demos from a webcam downshooter over a large drawing pad. So I can draw in charcoal and do traditional drawing demos that way. I'd love to do it now, but it'd be a little boring to do a stream with it without being able to film myself drawing, wouldn't it? Like, just timed figure poses and stuff. A big reason why I want to kind of kill my my tendency to make really super sketchy lines is because they say a lot about nothing. They betray a lack of confidence and a lack of thought. And I can get much more elegant drawings if I start slowing down more and using smarter lines, but I have such a bad habit with this that I'm gonna have to break. I think I'm gonna try to fight it as much as I can, but I kind of have to be really conscious of it a lot. But I really need input from other artists, or to enroll in an art class with an art instructor that really helps me try to cognitively break this habit, because I'm doing it all over the place right now, even in this drawing, and I know it's not good, but it's difficult to break. Like, it's one of those things that an instructor is going to have to help me unlearn, for sure. For the time being, though, I think I've just got to work on being more conscious of it so I can fight it. Okay, this guy actually shows off partly how you should be approaching your quick sketch. Spacedad, to draw light, you can just try using a big scrappy textured brush. It's helped me to use chalk brush to start. Yeah, that's a good idea. Let's give that a shot. I've tried some of those before. So that's real pencil. Pastel, like that. Chalk, that might work. I might need to zoom out a bit though. Yeah, I don't know about that. Pastel. Doesn't really feel like charcoal. Noise. It does get a little tighter if you get a little bit more thin. It's kind of weird. Oh, there's a brush tilt thing with this. Like when you tilt straight down, it gets thinner. You tilt from the side and it gets thicker. Interesting. Alright, well, let's try it. Let's maybe try this. One of these. India ink? No. There was one in here I kind of liked, but I don't think it's on it. Realistic watercolor? No. Thick paint? No. I'm taking a little detour here to maybe find a better brush. Or an alternative brush. I think I remember I kind of liked the gouache. Try lighter ink. Ooh, maybe this one might work. Alright, well I got 1 minute on this guy, so maybe I'll just do kind of a quick experimental study here. I could maybe get something like this a shot for a little bit. Maybe if I shrank that might work. Is there full screen? No, let's fit to screen. So I know tab gets rid of the menu bar, but is there any way to like, let's Let's see here. Is there any way in Clip Studio to like completely remove like everything here just so I have the drawing space? Like no slider bars or anything. I think F key does that in Photoshop. I'm still kind of learning my way around Clip Studio. And I've like been using it just to sketch. Oh yeah, this is kind of nice. It keeps things really light. Yet, well, the tab key. The tab does this, just removes those menus. But I'm looking for something that just displays the drawing display and nothing else. Oh yeah, I think this might give me more control because I don't have to like grind down with what I'm doing as much. It's really light, and then I can just go back over with a darker pencil at some point. What brush was this again? India Ink Lighter Ink. Okay. The silence is driving me a little nuts. Let's see if we can find some royalty free here. So this says it's royalty free, and I hope it is. This song sounds familiar. I think this is a home song. But I've got it at such low volume if I do have to strip out the audio later, then I can do that. I think I might have played this on stream before though, so, and it didn't get copyright struck by YouTube, so we'll see how that goes. So some of the things you want to do when you're figure drawing is you want to look at how things are in relation to other things. Like, where's the position of this in relation to something else in the drawing? How does this counterpose to this in the drawing? Let's get rid of that. Sorry, that was in the way of the foot there for most of this. Yeah, thicker brush definitely does seem to help. Thicker, lighter brush, specifically. I've used other brushes before that have given me other control, but then I kind of forgot to use them again. And sort of defaulted back to that other brush that I'd been using. That is what you call a bad habit. So let's troubleshoot maybe a better brush for me to use, starting with this one, I think. Oops. Try to think through this guy a little bit better. So you got those parallel lines going for the limb there, coming off the head. Just kind of block him where the arm is. The head looked like it was a little large, so let's define the chin a little better. So I'm just trying to concentrate a little bit using this brush, this new brush that I'm not used to. Anyway, for like the Patreon supporters, this will be going, the $5 Patreon supporters, this will be going on my Patreon tomorrow or later tonight. All the demos that I've done today in high quality form. Got another minute on this. Let me check chat real quick. For me, using an opaque brush helps me let me make my lines more confident. Yeah, that's another approach. The other there's been several different approaches that I've seen to get line confidence. One of them is using something like this, like a millipen, something along those lines. Wow, that guy got really small, didn't he? Let's maybe beef that up. Lower opacity, and go back through maybe with a millipen. I'm not going to get very far in the next 20 seconds, but oh, that's a skull. This one should have gone into the folder from last week. That's pretty nice, though. I think we did this one earlier, didn't we? This guy? Did we do this guy? I don't think we did, actually. Yeah, I don't think I can use that one. Let's try the India ink approach. I'm glad you're feeling good doing these. I'm getting something out of it for sure. I'm still struggling, but I'm getting something out of this, definitely. I kind of really like this though, so like I normally have like break days on off days, but I think I might want to start doing some, I might want to do this again, even on like Tuesdays and Thursdays. I'll have to work it out in the Discord, because then I like might not be teaching a formal class for it. It might be continuity from what we did the previous day or something. So like we did gesture drawing today. Why not another round of it tomorrow for 3 hours? I'll think about that for tomorrow though. So like I'm trying to find out like what's the right balance for me for progressing and learning. But it would be nice, like, considering like I have to kind of switch gears to get into something like this, to maybe tomorrow do another round of this and see how much more I can improve at it, you know? And that of course will feed into Friday's class, because Friday is going to be about longer figure drawing. It's going to be using a lot of the same principles that's here, but I'll be a lot more in tune with figures for Friday if I do a impromptu figure drawing workshop. So stay tuned for that. I may actually do one of those tomorrow, probably around the same time that I'm doing this one right now, 5:30 to 8:30. I'll have to check the schedule and see if I don't have any class conflicts with any other people when I do that. But it will be a mostly uninstructed session. I might touch on a few things, but I'm just gonna jump right into doing figure drawing. Kind of like what we did here. Like I sort of jumped us right into doing figure drawing, but tomorrow even more so. Like if you showed up today and you think you can make it tomorrow, stay tuned. We'll probably do something at the same time tomorrow. Oh no, I have another idea. Maybe I can do one in the morning for the Euro people. Maybe I could do two. One in the morning, one in the evening. That's more figure drawing. That'd be pretty badass, actually. Also, I'll think about that. Check the schedule and assign yourself the student role in our bot command channel, so you can be pinged when I do schedule updates for that. Okay, Google, stop. Yeah, I mean, maybe that should be how I do it. Like, Monday class, I do head drawing. Then, like, might be, like, 2 other sessions continuing what I did Monday. On Tuesday. What time would what be? Okay, Google, stop. Okay, Google, set timer for 5 minutes. Okay, Google, set timer for 5 minutes.
5 minutes, and that's starting now.
This guy's turned out pretty good. So, let me see if we have enough in this thing for a full sesh. Yeah, I think we do. It's gonna loop back around to the stuff we did at the beginning though. That's an issue. Whoops. So we're going to do those 7-minute poses. I think we might continue with this. I think we might do the 7-minute poses for like the last 2 sessions. That's how we'll finish tonight. So congratulations, y'all who have made it this far. You're on the last hour of our session tonight. Oh, I was gonna tell people about the this courses I can recommend. The first one is Watts Atelier. They do live streaming classes and stuff. They're in the middle of a course semester summer semester right now. They're going to be starting a new one in a few weeks, I think, after a break period. They're really, really worth it. They were who originally taught me figure drawing, and I'm trying to basically relearn the stuff they told me. They taught me when I originally learned how to draw. That I got out of shape and out of tune with. So a lot of what you're seeing me here struggle with is like me trying to like restudy and remember the stuff that they gave me to study from. They're people I can very strongly recommend. I never mastered their way of drawing, but like there's been so many amazing people who have and have gone on to amazing stuff. Like tons of people like Blizzard and well, a lot of AAA game studios at Pixar, at Sony, at DreamWorks, and so on. A lot of fine artists too. Quite a lot of animators actually. Yeah, I recommend them very, very strongly. They also have an online curriculum you can subscribe to as well for like uninstructed like drawing lessons and so on. But it's their live classes you want to enroll in. They do online live classes, which are very much worth it because they'll give you very in-depth critique and help and set you straight. The other sites I can recommend is Concept Design Academy. I should be putting these on screen, shouldn't I? Yeah, I should. Okay, so here's Watts Atelier. I'll put this on screen in a second here. I gotta scoot this over here. We're gonna take a short detour just so I can share these sites for people. So, blank the gesture drawing app. So here's Watts Atelier. These are the people who originally taught me when I first was a beginner. And I'm trying to relearn the way that they taught me because I've gotten really out of touch with it for from the work I've been doing in the animation industry. Also I have to thank Laberbell, is that your name? Laberbell for the Twitch Prime sub. Thank you very much. But so they have a summer term going on in their streaming classes right now, their class schedule. And these guys are really, really awesome. I think you might be able to still enroll in their classes, but they're in the middle of their semester right now, which is going on to September 6th, I believe. And the new one starts on October 5th to December 20th. This one is only a 5-week semester for the summer one, so it was like $210, but it's usually really affordable. It's like $400 to $600 or so for their normal classes. I strongly, strongly, strongly recommend these guys. They're really, really fucking good. They originally taught. Oh, okay, Google, stop. We'll just take a little detour here before we start the new session. I strongly, strongly recommend these guys. Other sites include Concept Design Academy, where one of our regulars actually teaches. That's these guys. Yeah, here he is right here. This is his course. Nico Pantoja's animation class right there. But yeah, they have a lot of really amazing instructors here for like all kinds of different subjects and stuff. I strongly recommend this site, and I also recommend Brainstorm Academy Burbank. I was turned on to this school by an artist I admire that I found out about recently named TB Choi, who I'm trying to remember which class they teach. I think they might teach rhythm and structure. No, but they teach classes here, and they're really good. Oh, here we go. I know that this is their work there, I think. Nope, that's not their work. But yeah, these guys also teach figure drawing and fundamentals and stuff, in addition to more advanced stuff. They are one of the places I'm looking at signing up for, along with Concept Design Academy and so on, for whenever I. Oh, also thank you for the additional Prime subs, by the way. It's much appreciated. Dorito and a Roop for your Prime subs. Thank you very much. Yeah, I strongly recommend these guys right here. I should have been forgetting to link these in chat. I'm going to be linking these in the Twitch chat. And there's more in addition to these, but these are like the three main ones off the top of my head that I can vouch for. Yeah. Let's put on the Just a Drawing app again, and we'll get started with our 7-minute poses. Or actually, should we make them two 10 minutes or something? Yeah, we'll do 2 7 minutes. So, no, 3 7 minutes. So, okay, Google, what's 3 times 7?
The answer is 21.
Yeah, so we'll do 21 minutes for each of these then, and maybe finish off with like some loose. Let's try some like 30-second poses for like a really short block, just for fun at the very end, to make up our final bit of time. Okay, Google, set timer for 21 minutes.
21 minutes, and that's starting now.
Okay, Google, stop timer. All right. Okay, Google, stop timer.
Okay, canceled.
Okay, Google, start timer for 21 minutes.
21 minutes, starting now.
Find one we haven't done before. Okay. Okay, Google, rewind timer.
I understood. Start timer. Is that right?
No.
Okay, I wasn't sure.
Sorry about that. Both me and her got a little confused. Yeah, Drawbox is a really great site for beginners for sure. Whoops. I'm gonna maybe have to talk to some of the other instructors in my Discord about some idea, about like input that they might have on how I could improve my teaching methods and stuff too, because I have some ideas. Well, not teaching methods, my study habits. My teaching is gonna get better as my study habits improve. Because we have some very experienced people, who, much more experienced than me, who also teach free classes through our Discord and stuff, which you should join if you're not a member of yet, if you just wandered in here. Ooh, yeah, you know, I can think of a few artists that we might use for Saturday if we're doing that thing. Or I might do what I was talking about doing on Saturday tomorrow, like timed poses of some good artists that I want to learn from. I might do something like that tomorrow. Stay tuned for that. I might stream it to Twitch, I might not, I'll see. It might just be an impromptu workshop just for our own benefit. But if I do, it will be a continuity of some of the stuff that we've done here today. I'm starting to get a little bit locked up here. Oof. Actually, I think maybe shrink this a bit so I can get it all on the page at once. Alright, take a deep breath. Think about what I'm doing. This is kind of a scuff study here. I think after detouring like that, I kind of have to, screw it. I'm going to loosen up on this, because I know that's going to help me slow down on the next one. So I'm just going to maybe do another version of this where I just kind of loosen up. Then when I do another 7-minute one, I'll be in a little bit better shape. I normally wouldn't draw this fast, but I kind of need to do it right now just to kind of loosen up my hand and arm so I can then slow down again. I'm just kind of shaking my arm out. Cool, what class are you going to? Naya. Naya, if I may ask, what class are you going to? Do some invented figures here, maybe that'll help me. It's like I'm pretty warmed up at this stuff, but like that pose kind of threw me off. And like I came back in feeling a little bit cold because I'd taken the detour to go over the drawing websites. So maybe do a little maybe just do a bunch of invented figures in the remaining amount of time I have left to kind of loosen up for our next 2 7-minute poses. And then I'll be in gear for the final 7-minute pose period. So I'm sort of like putting together bits and pieces in my figure invention of stuff I observed from what we drew tonight. And this is getting me more excited about what's going to happen tomorrow when I schedule another of these workshops to do. I am strongly thinking I'm going to schedule one in the morning because our Euro friends will be able to attend. Morning or midday my time, or whatever. Hopefully they can attend for the full 3 hours. Yeah, you can see like after that I got really kind of locked up in this one right now. Like my figure invention is improving from this session tonight. We already did this guy, so I'm going to move on from him. Let's see if we find one that we haven't done. Or maybe return to one that we did do. Yeah, we did this guy at the very beginning. Let's return to him again. Why not? I'll maybe start with a vignette without doing the whole of the calves on this guy. I might zoom out and add them later, but this is where I'm going to concentrate my energy, on the upper body here. Maybe use this as an opportunity to kind of play with some anatomical information that I know about. First, I want to make sure I get that other arm established. Maybe I'll talk through some of the anatomical forms I remember while I do it. Yeah, thanks for coming, Glorious Dice Roller. Look at that, I got a little bit of a quick sketch of the face end. In the future, we're going to be getting into head's quick sketch. Although I think he's a little scrunched down. So I'm going to cheat, actually. I'm going to cheat digitally. Going to move him up a little ways. Maybe we can go up a little more. I'm discovering the millipen makes this 10 times harder. It can. The millipen, I mean, like, it's another way to learn. Like, if you're not wrestling with line thickness, you can just concentrate on 3D shape. It's not unlike using a mechanical pencil or a ballpoint pen. Which is another tool of doing studies. A lot of times anatomical studies will be done with ballpoint pen in sketchbooks or even in anatomy classes. Sometimes you want line thickness and variation and the tools to kind of challenge you a bit, and sometimes you don't. Like the purpose of learning how to draw with a tapered charcoal pencil, for example, is to kind of train you to how a brush handles, like a paintbrush handles, and also to train your hand-eye dexterity on something that is a little bit harder to control than like a pencil or something. That's something that I'm going to be, if I get like the budget from people's donations and stuff in the future to get, that's something I'm going to show how to draw with traditionally when I'm able to get like a webcam down shooter set up. Okay, Google, how much time? Oh, no. So I got much better results on this, and maybe it probably would be more valuable for me to vignette these because of just how much limited drawing space I have to work with and the size ratio that I'm working in. If I want to do legs, then maybe I should just move the drawing space down like this. I have seen some artists that they work digitally in very interesting. Whoops. I think the foot might actually be up here some more. But I've seen some digital artist layouts where they oh yeah, I know what it is actually. They'll have like a navigator window space open on the side, like so. And then they'll, if the drawing takes up the whole page, they can see like a good overview of it. Something like this. Oh, sorry, that's not supposed to be there. Let's pick one let's do this guy again. Actually, no, not this guy, because he's got his feet covered up. We will see if we can find another one in here. So I don't think we did this one. It is kind of low res, but you can still make up enough detail from it to do it, I would say. So I'm going to try this kind of strange setup for this. See how this works. Let's see what kind of result working like this gives me. Where I'm able to see what I'm drawing in totality on the side here. Yeah, if your hands are hurting, that's a sign that you're probably not holding the pencil right. On the Draw a Box website, in Lesson 0 section, there's a section in there on like proper pencil control and how you're supposed to draw from the arm. If you're drawing from the wrist in your hand, you're going to fuck up your hand, and you're also not going to get the line control you need. You need to train yourself to draw from your shoulder and your arm. Then you will not develop. You'll be much less likely to develop carpal tunnel. You'll have way more control. over your drawing and stuff. It's going to take a learning curve to develop that habit, but you'll have a much lighter touch when you draw and a lot more control. Like, do not draw from your wrist, even when you're drawing like on a small sketch pad or a small drawing pad or a small digital drawing tablet. Yeah, you gotta train yourself to make those big sweeps. That's the other thing why drawing with a charcoal pencil is in real life with a tapered charcoal pencil that's been like shaved with a razor blade manually. That's why doing that is training that way is pretty useful, because it trains you to use your arm. I can't wait to get back into that again if I'm able to get a webcam budget together with the donations people give me. I actually have built a figure drawing bench of my own that's sitting right next to me that I want to put into use once I'm able to get a webcam set up and stuff. I actually may use it tomorrow, come to think of it, because like I might stream through the Discord, and then I stream the gesture drawing session through the Discord, and then I don't have to worry about streaming my own work. I can just concentrate on doing traditional drawing from a large drawing board next to me. But I don't know, I might have to find my charcoal pencils see if I have any. Hopefully they haven't gone brittle on me. So yeah, when I do traditional stuff, I'm going to have to maybe order some more traditional materials, like the charcoal pencils I need and stuff. And I'll put up a suggested materials list and I'll do a demonstration actually on camera when we get into that of how to shave your charcoal pencil and stuff. Word of warning though, there is a learning curve to doing that. It might take you a few weeks to start getting it right, but it's worth it. Now this isn't too bad. I can kind of check the image on the right, even when my hand is over it. I might use a setup more like this in the future. A live streaming friend of mine, who's an animation director, was drawing like this last night in Clip Studio, using to set up something like this. And it let him kind of eyeball what he's drawing in totality, even if he zooms in on parts of it. So you can see the whole thing when he's drawing detail on it and so on. I think I might use that technique a lot more now for sure. I definitely like it. So now that I've done this guy, we got 2 more minutes left. Maybe I can go back in with a real G pen. Play with it a bit. Okay, Google, stop. So we do got another minute 30 seconds on this pose, and then we're going to be on our last round, I think. Yeah, be the last round of poses after this. Yes, we are. If we have a little extra time, I might have us do a round of like 30-second poses or something, just for like 5 minutes. "30 seconds on this one." just going to pause that. And that. Okay, Google, set timer 5 minutes.
Okay, 5 minutes. And that's starting now.
So another thing you can do, like on your previous drawings, you can go back through them and try to punch up stuff in them, embellish things, fix things, try going back over them again and touch up some lines. Kind of rethink what you did on them a little bit, walk back through them a little bit. So a good way to reinforce what you were struggling with when you did them, reinforce the things you succeeded, or to reattack the things you were struggling with when you did them. If you're feeling tired for these last poses, I would recommend getting through them if you are, even if you are a little tired. For those last poses, maybe try doing a light, loose, continuous line exercise on them. Or, how about you screenshot it and then you draw over it. Draw over the Russian Figure Academy pose that we're using for our drawing model reference. If you are tired, yeah, do that. Take one of the Russian Figure Academy images, maybe find one from Google image search. Just Google image search for Russian Figure Academy drawing. Yeah, if your wrist is hurting right now, you should probably take a break. But in the future, consult the lesson 0 section of the Drawbox site, because they have a whole segment on how to properly draw from your arm instead of your wrist, and it's really helpful for newcomers. And that's a habit you got to work on breaking, drawing from your wrist, because it's going to hurt you if you do that. You want to instill good habits that are going to help you, not hurt you, both physically and metaphorically. Okay, Google, how much time left on timer? Okay, Google, how much time left on timer?
2 minutes and 32 seconds to go.
Nice. I'm gonna take a little arm wrist break myself and shake my arm out. Stand up, stretch. It's a good idea to do that to get the blood flowing a bit, because you're sedentary for this whole time, and you're gonna get fatigued if you don't get up and stretch and walk around a little bit. Okay, Google, how much time left on timer?
You've got 1 minute and 57 seconds remaining.
I may actually need to hit the restroom real quick, so we might go a little over. But when I get back from the restroom, we'll start again. Alright. Okay, Google, how much time left on timer?
T minus 19 seconds.
Cool. Wow, I'm kind of impressed. We have 44 viewers. That's for our last session here. Normally, okay, Google, stop. Normally we get around to the 30s or the 20s by this point. Big swig of water. Okay, let's see here. Let's pick our last few poses now. They might be ones we've done before, but that's okay, because these are amazing drawings to practice from. So, we're going to keep going on the 7-minute timer thing. Okay, Google, set timer for 21 minutes.
21 minutes, and that's starting now.
So we already did that one. This guy. That guy's good. And I'm going to test out this new method that I'm using right here. I'm getting interesting results with. I may want to talk to that animator director person I was talking about this approach, how they're using it. I'll DM them later about their workflow setup for how they do their illustrations and stuff. But it was something along these lines, and I'm just trying to imitate it a little bit, where you kind of get the double up effect that's going on right now. Also, it's going to be a new tradition after the stream. From now on, I'm going to share something fun or interesting afterwards. So we're going to go over something if you want to stick around for a little bit afterwards. Actually, we may skip that tonight. So I think I need to get some stuff taken care of after the stream. But stick around at least until we get to the congratulations screen, so you can pat yourselves on the back. Because I may mention a few things I need to go over before I end the stream. Oh yeah, I wanted to take a look at what people have posted in the Discord from what they've done this evening. Do that for sure. So stick around for that. And if anyone donated to me during the stream on my Ko-fi or subscribed to me on Patreon or whatever, I'll give them a shout out before the stream ends, or any of the Twitch subs or bits that might have been missed. So yeah, I think I like the idea of doing another one of these tomorrow. Maybe 2 of them tomorrow. Stay tuned for the if you're not in the Discord, sign up for the Discord and pay attention to the the class announcements section. That's where I'm going to announce about these if they go on for certain. Some of them might go on relatively short notice, but I'll try to put them on. I'll try to announce them at least around 2 hours before I do them. But I want to see if I can get to do 1 or 2 more of these tomorrow. 1 in the morning and 1 in the evening. I'm just going to make sure that I don't overlap with other people's classes or whatever else. So I really like the growth that's starting to happen here with what I'm doing this evening, and I want to continue it tomorrow. And I think that other people who have been here, who might be able to attend again, will we do this? We'll do at least one of the sessions tomorrow at the same time, but I want to try to get another one in the morning my time for the Eurozone people to be able to attend that. Morning or midday for me, whatever the case. But I'll be maintaining continuity with this, like I said. Alright, now I can zoom in a bit. I can work on the detail of these areas, then glance over and see how the larger picture looks. It's a pretty nice way to work. I'll have to, like I said, I'm going to talk to that animator slash concept artist slash background painter person about their method in Clip Studio. Hopefully, if I learn some, I haven't, like, I've been kind of like improvising as far as how to draw in Clip Studio goes. I'm really gonna have to sit down and do some like tutorials or talk with people about better workflows in this. But I do like the feel of the brushes for the most part. Oh, I also have Photoshop again, so I'm gonna maybe start using that as well. I've just gotten so used to Clip Studio, I'm still using it for the classes. But I have a bunch of Photoshop tutorials I purchased a few weeks back for a good price that I'm going to be going over. I've been putting off going through them because I've been so much busy with other stuff. Also, notice the PC specs, hardware specs down below for the new PC I got. That's what I'm running this off of. That PC was a combination of a donation from a generous relative who liked the streams I'm doing and wanted to donate to make sure I had a better quality computer to run the streams through. And that is also a portion of the hardware in that also came from donations by viewers like you in the stream. So I was able to get a higher end CPU and a 6 terabyte hard drive, a serial hard drive, and I was able to get better RAM because of donations from people here. So thank you all. And in the future, I'm going to be upgrading that thing too. I have some other plans for other additional things I need. Like my old system still works just fine for doing art. It's just not. It just like can't handle heavier file. Like it'd be with the amount of stuff I've done on the demos this evening on this file, I'd have to start a new file by now. But we take a look at the stats of I might not want to show them on stream right now, but yeah, I'm at 10% CPU load, 43% RAM, and that's only because I have Chrome open and Chrome eats up RAM like heck. Core temperature is at like 62 right now. Yeah, that this build was made possible by a combination of a generous relative and you guys. Hopefully I can get more useful equipment in the future. I'll figure out what my budgets are, because like there is equipment that I want to prioritize, but like I said, those classes that I'm interested in taking, ooh. Yeah, Dingo, you might be able to do sketching on that, but if you tried streaming and running tons of browser windows open like I do for multitasking, and running apps and running like music and other things like I'm doing, you'd well, you'd probably either crash or overheat your system or something. Something would give really badly. You would not have a very good time drawing, that's for sure. That's what's good about this system. And also it's an NVIDIA GPU, so it has that OBS streaming codec that's like almost like a built-in capture card. A streaming encoder or whatever. So we're about 3 minutes away from our last 7-minute figure. Fun fact, if you want to actually learn from Russian Figure Academy folks, there's the site New Masters Academy, which I can't necessarily vouch for, but I'm probably guessing they probably are pretty good quality. But they have like a similar online training program, and are like, I don't know if they have individual classes, but they have an online mentorship program, which I can't necessarily vouch for because I don't know anything about it. But they have a lot of online art instruction videos taught by fantastic instructors, and I would recommend checking out the site. I used to be subscribed to them and I learned a lot from them. I might resubscribe to them in the future. But they have one of the instructors on there is a Russian Figure Academy teacher. So he goes over how they teach at the Russian Figure Academy. I haven't checked that out, I just know about it. It might be worth for me checking it out because I really like Russian Figure Academy work. So seeing how they break down stuff from the inside out might help tremendously. It's always worth it to learn from different sources, for sure. .4:30 a.m. where you are, woof. You stayed up just for me, wow. Yeah, they have Glenn Vilppu at Newsmasters. Glenn Vilppu is fantastic. Steve Houston is. Carl Nass. That's Nass with a G-N-A-S-S. Well, I've taken life drawing classes from at the Animation Guild before. He's fantastic. All these amazing people, but like I've never mastered this stuff because like I said, I didn't like sustain it long enough to really master it. Like I got too caught up with other things. That's why I'm coming back to it, because I want to put in the mileage, put my money where my mouth is, and get good at this shit. I've got to pay my dues to get good. I've been putting those off for years. Granted, last year I wanted to, but I was sick for a very long time, so I couldn't do anything, sadly. we're moving on to the next one. That's okay. We'll just do this. So this is our last drawing. Actually, let's not do this one for the last one. Let's pick a really good one for this. Even if it's one we've done already. Okay, Google, cancel timer.
Sure, I canceled it.
And this is a really fantastic picture. This one might be worth it for the very last one, but I don't know. So let's maybe yoink one from the internet that we haven't done here, because there's a lot more. Russian Figure Academy drawing. You find one that we haven't done yet that looks really good. I'll take it off. I'll turn off the gesture drawing app and just put it on screen. I'm checking on Google real quick to find one. I'm not showing it on screen because there's a lot of art nudes here, so you gotta be careful about that. Ooh, this is a nice one. I found a really nice one. Alright, we're gonna use this one. There we go. Okay, Google, set timer for 7 minutes.
7 minutes, and we're starting now.
Do I think the cute courses as Udemy are good? I don't know. I haven't looked into them. So I can't speak to that. I'm sure that some of them probably would be, but it depends on who the instructor is, really. Yeah, Schoolism is really good. That was another site I was going to recommend people check out. Schoolism, New Masters Academy, Watts Atelier, Proco, online art tutorial sites that are fantastic. Modern Day James has a lot of stuff that I've been meaning to dig through that I have that I bought from him a while ago. Yeah, Alex Wu's gesture drawing class that I studied previously is really good. I want to maybe resubscribe to them in the future to study back through his stuff, because I never completed his thing. Schoolism also teaches online classes as well, with weekly course critiques and stuff, and live demos and other things. I think it's relatively affordable too, last time I checked, for their online classes. Or I might be wrong. They might be one of the sites that charges something absurd. Aaron Blaze has good tutorials that I also want to dig more through, especially because he's got a lot of great animator tutorials. Toniko Pantoja, who's one of our guys, he does a lot of Gumroads on animation. that are worth picking up. He's, well, I say one of our guys, he's more like one of our regulars. He hasn't taught anything here through us yet, but he wants to in the future. He's just one of our regulars in the Discord. There's a lot of qualities of this that I'm kind of missing out on right here. Like, he's kind of a slump forward of his body that I'm not really capturing here. But I'm getting much better results than I was at the beginning of the night. So this night almost feels like it would be warm-up for whatever I'm going to do tomorrow. Yeah, so I'm really, really jazzed about that idea of I teach a class, and then the next day I do 1 or 2 more sessions of time poses of the same subject. We might use more of these, but I think I'm going to see if I can find some clothed figure models to use for the sessions tomorrow. I'll try to find some more poses that weren't the ones we used tonight, if we do use more Russian Figure Academy stuff tomorrow. But I also want to look for clothed photos of well, models in undies, basically, that might be suitable for playing on Twitch for this. Okay, Google, how much time left on timer?
You've got 1 minute and 41 seconds to go.
Very good, like less than 2 minutes. So maybe lower the opacity on this for another layer. Zoom in. So Udemy, I can't really vouch for. I think that that would be down to individual classes, but like Schoolism is vetted by industry professionals and like by the people who put together the site for the level of quality of the courses there. So that I can definitely vouch for, but and having used them before, but Udemy I think is like a anyone can publish stuff there kind of thing, if I'm not mistaken. So that would come down strictly to the individual quality of the instructor and the class. There might be some stuff that's extremely good there, for all I know. I wouldn't know. People would have to point me in the direction of stuff that's really good for me to know and check it out. But my gut instinct tells me that it would come down to the individual teaching and the individual quality of the class or the tutorials that they're giving. Okay, Google, stop. I'm going to continue on this just a little bit longer. I was going to close out the evening with 30-second poses, but I think we should leave it here maybe. Wow, we just dropped to 39 viewers. Probably a good time to finish it. Oh, wow. Let's fix that. So, I'm going to check out chat, and I'm going to check out Patreon and other things to see if anyone donated. I can give a shout out before the stream ends. Cool. Oh, very nice. Thank you, Magibubble, for subscribing me for the $5 tier on Twitch. The demos I did tonight will be up and available for you in high quality form sometime tomorrow. And also, I want to link again in chat on my Patreon the free 47 image sampler of sketchbook work and previous classwork and stuff. This is available for free right now on my Patreon. I'm gonna link that in the Twitch chat. So you can see some of the stuff I did like for previous classes in here. I'm also going to be uploading like as much work as possible. Hang on, I'm going to switch. Let's see here. So I'm going to yeah, there we go. So this is like stuff I did a few months ago. I think the newest stuff in here was like done about at least 1 month ago. But this is like demos for my classes, practice and figure drawing workshops, and other things. Sketchbook stuff. Like a lot of the mileage that I'm kind of building up to kind of learn. A lot of these are stuff that I'm actually going to want to print up myself to kind of like reorient myself of what I've studied and what I'm trying to improve at. But you can kind of see, you can kind of like basically get like a little bit of a sketch diary thing of like seeing how I've been improving over time with a lot of this stuff. This was actually from a draw over I did on somebody else's work, showing them how to improve their figure drawing on a character that they were doing. Yeah, that's available for free on my Patreon. And thank you very much for the new people who've just subscribed to me on Patreon. Here's the main page. Now I got $12 a month. Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much. I'm working towards my $50 a month goal, bit by bit, as which is my starter goal right now for Patreon. But yeah, like this is a preview of the stuff that is available there in the $5 tier. And these are my class demos from my head drawing class, and you can of course get the Clip Studio and PSDs at the $25 tier. There's going to be more stuff available at the $25 tier in the future too, like my animation files that are going to get really complex. That's why I set it at $25, so I could have it all encompassing. I might do like a $15 tier in the future just for the clip stuff or something, but we'll see. If anyone wants to spring to the $25 tier now just to support me, that would be fantastic. And all future content will be available there too. But I'm kind of feeling my way through Patreon. This was actually from last week's gesture drawing class. That stuff. This was from last week's, not this last Monday, but the week before Monday's head drawing class. A bunch of Loomis heads and warm-up sketches that I did. Yeah, that's cool. Thank you very much for subscribing, the newcomer who just subscribed. And let me check out my coffee to see if there's any shout outs I can give there real quick before I go. Nope. Okay, so we're good on that. And I'll just check Streamlabs to see if there's any more subscribers I want to give shout outs to. Yeah, it was just Haruto and Arup who subbed to me. But yeah, if you like what I'm doing, you can sub to me, you can send me bits. You can sub to me on Twitch, you can send me bits on Twitch, or you can sign up for my Patreon, or direct donation to me through my Ko-fi link and the donation link below. Oh, thank you very much for Nintendo for the 100 bits. It's very much appreciated. So um, the other way you can support me if you're not able to give money, if you don't want to, I mean, a lot of people are struggling with financial hardship right now, so it's not a big deal. But if you want to support me, a good way to support me is to just show up for these classes, share it with your friends, participate in the Discord and stuff. Oh, that reminds me, I was gonna take a look at what people have done in the classroom before I go. So let's see what people have posted so far. I kind of want to wrap up. I want to see how I can make space in the future, though, for I want to see how I can make space in the future for like more critique stuff. Because currently I'm concentrating mostly on my own mileage lately. So I'm gonna think about how I can structure my classes so I can give people proper feedback. But yeah, we're gonna glance through some of these real quick before we close down the stream for the evening. Nice. That one turned out pretty good. Find more of the Russian Figure Academy pictures yourself. Like, you can just Google image search for them. I strongly recommend studying them, drawing on top of them, breaking down their shapes and stuff. The new Masters Academy site, of course. Oh, is that blurry? Yeah, that's visible. The new Masters Academy site has an actual Russian Figure Academy instructor as one of their video tutorials series if you sign up for them. A lot of great effort people put in, like so much figure drawing that people put in today. It kind of blows my mind, like just how many people are participating in this class. Like there's this huge volume of figure drawing. I would love to find a better repository for this kind of stuff, so we can collect like all the classwork that people are doing for this stuff better. So the homework that I'm going to give this week, do some more of this stuff. I might run those figure drawing workshops tomorrow. It really depends chiefly on where and when I have the energy to do it tomorrow, but do more of these throughout the week. Like do time sessions of yourself. If you can muster a full 3 hour or something, do something like that. You can use the Quick Post site, or you can use like Draw This or New Masters Academy's free figure model videos that are online or whatever. Do more of this. Try using some of the quick sketch methods I showed off earlier on in the class. Just try to keep it up. Do a little bit of it every day. Do a little bit or a lot of it every day. And yeah, we will wrap it up very shortly. Thank you very much for everyone who donated to the stream, for everyone who showed up. The other thing I want to mention is the other way you can support me is is viewing my YouTube videos that replay these streams, and subscribing to me on YouTube, because that gets me closer to monetizing my YouTube channel. Let me show you the current rules that are in place for me to actually be able to monetize it. Like, I'm not banking on like any kind of payout or anything for like I'm gonna get like a few bucks at best from getting monetized on YouTube, but it'd be nice to like eventually move in that direction for when I do more involved stuff, you know. So let's see if this will work. Yeah, so on the creator page here, which I'll drag over onto stream, this is where I'm at right now. I need 1,000 subscribers, and I need 4,000 hours viewed within the last 12 months in order to apply for monetization with YouTube. So if you want to rewatch my streams to restudy stuff or relearn stuff that would help me, share them with other people, and subscribe to my YouTube, that would definitely help me a great deal. So eventually I'll monetize my channel, and Might help to get a few extra bucks that way. Yeah. Tara says, I was panicking during the fast ones. Ha. Yeah, we might do some quicker ones tomorrow, actually. We'll see. Tara says, hey, this is my first session, but you're a really good instructor. Thank you. I'm an amateur instructor. Like, I'm using this to kind of learn and gain experience with doing art instruction and running classes and stuff. And I'm also doing this to improve my own skills. This is my study time and my drawing mileage as much as it is for anyone else here. So, yeah, it means a lot to me when people tell me stuff like that. I have a lot more ways to go to improve the quality of my artistic abilities, my artistic skill, and my teaching abilities. But paying my dues and like reevaluating how I do things and stuff, and like learning through trial and error and everything like that, eventually will get me where I want to be. And I'm just gonna have faith in that and keep going onward. So this is a lovely little animated desktop background I have right here from Wallpaper Engine. Yeah, I'm going to be closing down the stream very shortly. So all of you who have stuck around to the end, get to the Evangelion congratulations screen. Whoops. Maybe I should like make a maybe I should make like an MP4 file of this to play without dragging the whole thing over here. Yeah, congratulations.
Congratulations! Congratulations! Congratulations!
Congratulations!
Congratulations!
Congratulations!
Congratulations!
Congratulations!
Congratulations!
Congratulations!